Hello, everyone. I'm back once again, and here I am to talk about NXT Takeover Dallas. Wow, I had heard some stuff about this show, but I didn't believe it. Okay, first of all, Apollo Crews versus Eli Sampson didn't happen on the show. I know it's listed here on the uh, listings. That was a dark match, so we didn't see that. The match we kicked off the show with was the Revival versus American Alpha. Man, what a decent opener, and that set the tone for the show. I don't think there is a dud on this show. I don't think there's anything less than 3.5 stars, to be honest. Okay, so that was a great match, great tag team action. Uh wow. One thing I got to say about NXT, while their tag team championships don't seem to be a huge priority, they're still important. They give people runs. They make every tag team seem like it's they're very important in the show. Okay. What else happened? Then we got Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. Wow. Good big guy versus little guy match. Uh, just let me double check who went over there. Yeah. Austin Aries went over. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the problem with this is it came right before a really good match, so it's very hard to remember exactly how everything went down. But it was a very good big man versus little man match. um, I think honestly, it was probably not the best match on the card, but it was still very good, and that's a shame. Both guys put in a lot of hard work. I think the reason Austin Aries is there at NXT is to help these guys out with in-ring performance. Similar to like why I think Samoa Joe's there, and uh, yeah, I think it was a good match. I just don't think it was like I don't think the matchmaking was great there, but I think Baron Corbin is definitely on his way to the main roster. I think he should really be put on the main roster sometime this year. I think by the end of the year he'll be on the main roster. As I said when I was talking to OK Fabe, when we were talking about Breaking Ground, I think next year, if Undertaker is still wrestling, he should be his opponent. That's my pick. Not necessarily to beat the streak, but definitely his opponent. Yeah, then we get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. Wow, was the crowd into this match? I was into it too, but definitely not as much as the crowd were. Oh my god, they blew the roof off of whatever building this was in. Let me double check what building this was in. The K Bailey Hutchins Convention Center. Oh my god, they blew the roof off of that building. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what can be said about this match. This probably hasn't been said by everyone. This match was awesome. It's a very early match of the year candidate. I doubt any match on WrestleMania could top it. I don't think I just don't think there's anything there that could top it. Nothing that could the crowd loved both guys in this match. I think they wanted Shinsuke Nakamura to win, and he did. I just think but they liked Sammy, and they didn't really want to. They didn't want to see him get buried or anything. They didn't want to see a blood. They wanted to see a 5-star classic, and I think they got pretty close to it. Like the only thing I can say is I just wasn't as invested as the crowd. The crowd were chanting "This is awesome" before the match even started, before they even locked up. This match was going to be at least 4 stars before anything happened. The fact that this match was happening was amazing. All right. Then we got Bailey versus Oksana. I got some little bit of fancy booking to do after this, where I think they should go after this. But Bailey lost, and this had to follow that Sami Zayn vs Shinsuke Nakamura match. They followed it really well. They got the crowd right back in there. They weren't they couldn't do as well, but damn, they tried and they did. They got the crowd right back into them. They got the match going. Oscar was just like amazing in there. Oh my god. Yeah, and Bailey passed out. She didn't tap out or anything, but she lost the match. I think if I wouldn't do the easy thing. I would have Bailey be interviewed and say, "Do you know what it took for me to get that woman's title? It took everything I had to get it, and I don't know if I can go through that again. I don't know if I can go through having to fight tooth, nail, claw, like you just go out like that. Just like I had to do so much. It took me everything out of me just to win the title, and everything again. Every time I had to defend it, I had to go all out in there. I had to do everything. Every match could have been my last as champion, and Oscar was just amazing at the NXT Takeover Dallas. I don't know if I can go through all that again. And you do that, and you have her essentially go find her smile. This is not the same thing as like what but literally have her go find a smile, because she won't, like every time she comes out after that, it's not the same Bailey. There's not this like the music is happy but she isn't. She's barely pumped. She's sort of just going you do that. Then of course we had the main event. Another very good thing, a very good match. Definitely 4 stars, man. These two went all out. The only problem was the blood situation. Joe got busted open really early on in the match, and every time the ref got involved to wipe the blood off Joe's face, the crowd were pissed. And there was one time it definitely took away from the match, and that is my biggest problem. I don't mind if the doctor has a look at the guy and says, "Yeah, well, we're gonna probably have to put some stitches in that. We're gonna have to glue it up." If it's a multi-man match and it doesn't take away from it if he's like lying out there for a little bit, that's fine. But just it definitely took away from it. I think the audience which watches NXT is an audience that wants to doesn't care about the blood. As long if it gets to a point where it gets really scary for him, then seal up the wound, do what you've got to do. I don't want to see Eddie Guerrero and all that. As long as if it hits an artery, fine, just seal it, do what you've got to do. But if it's just a scratch and it's only pumping out blood just because the adrenaline's flowing and everything, that's fine. I just think it turned what could have been a 5-star classic into it was really good. It could have really been a challenger for the Shinsuke Nakamura Sami Zayn match, and unfortunately because of that one situation where it stopped the match stone cold, and yeah, it took away from it. And the crowd just shit all over it. every time that happened. All right, I'll be back for WrestleMania. Can't wait. Well, I can, but I think it will be. I think again NXT will eclipse it. WWE pay per view. Okay,